Bryson DeChambeau and Richard McEvoy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final round, Porsche European Open, Green Eagle, Germany 2018. This is game 37. On the tee, the title leader, professional from United States, Bryson DeChambeau.
Very honest yesterday. He said he felt the suspension of play came at just the right time. He had been struggling with his game a little bit. Gave him a chance to reset, and he came out a different player with different weather conditions.
On the tee, the title leader, professional from England, Richard McEvoy.
39 years of age. He's playing in his 285th European Tour tournament and looking for the first win. Although he has won twice in the space of 12 months on the second tier of European golf, the European Challenge Tour, including a victory in France last week. He's brought that confidence here. He won wire to wire at Le Vaudreuil. Driver for McEvoy.
Gentlemen, have a good game. Gentlemen, the course is yours.
Oh, he makes us chuckle every time, does Mr. Krast, Herr Krast.
He missed 7 fairways yesterday.
Jump out of here?
This is a bad miss here.
I think it's a mid-jumper, is what I think. Yeah. Maybe a 7-yard jumper. Yeah. So let's say we're 31. You can safely hit it. Be like a 23 shot. 24
Downwind of this rough downhill slope a little bit. 120 shot.
Yeah. That's going to be a 10, 30, 50.
Yep.
Okay.
Hitting to quite a small target. The ball settled down with grass around it as he hit.
Okay.
Anticipating a 7-yard jumper. He's got to land it not too far over the bunker at the front of the green and expect some release.
Not too bad.
Back to the first and McEvoy.
With a sand wedge, probably won't get too much backspin here, coming in downwind, although it's a very gentle draft at the moment. I don't think he wants too much backspin, just wants to sit down.
Nice way to start for Richard McEvoy. Fairway, green. That's what he's got to do all day today, just give himself chances.
I think this is predominantly right to left. Might just be a little bit of left to right at the end. It's a putt of over 40 feet though, so you don't make too many of these.
Well, that's the vote on the European Tour's Twitter feed. So most people going, well, certainly looking like a US victory, and most people going for DeChambeau.
Perfect pace from Bryson.
I couldn't see from where I was. Did that come back a little left to right at the end from DeChambeau?
A fraction.
Because I think McEvoy's probably does move a bit left to right. Great chance to start with a birdie there. Very relaxed getting out. Said he slept well last night. Feeling confident.
A little bit pushy, that one, wasn't it? Shortish backstroke. Just a par then.
I would think he needs a 4-iron here, probably on the second. 211 yards, 193 meters to a flag right at the back, and into this wind he can afford to hit a nice high one and carry it all the way back.
Come on.
Pushed it.
Quite understandable that he missed the green to the right this time. Yesterday he was way left and long, so guarding against a pull.
He did well to get up and down in the end, didn't he, for a bogey 4 yesterday, DeChambeau.
4-iron for McEvoy, and actually the wind's just dropped to the moment, so he might get back there with a 4-iron. If there's any breeze, I can't see him getting back to the flag with this.
Stay up. Just caught that ledge that's just short of the flag, but a really good iron shot. It was unfortunate for it not to bounce on and get up to the hole.
Wire-to-wire winner in France last week on the Challenge Tour. And says he's feeling quietly confident.
Be easy for this one to get away from him. It's nestled down a little bit. It's going to come out with plenty of topspin, and it's downhill pretty much all the way to the flag. I suspect when he hits this, it'll look as though he's undercooked it, and if it looks about right, it'll probably go racing past.
Here's a question for you, Storm. If he's got clubs all 37 inches long, why do you then grip down the shaft like that?
Well, he's got to try and get the most feel out of the club. I find it very interesting that he uses that length of shaft in his wedges.
It's about a 38-foot birdie putt at the second for McEvoy. Quite steeply uphill for the first part, then it flattens out. I think it should go a little bit right to left.
Not too bad from McEvoy. Little work to do. Not a lot of movement in this putt for Bryson DeChambeau. Straight and firm. Nicely done. Safe par.
Really thumps down on the back of the ball, doesn't he, DeChambeau? Like so many players, out with the iron there on the third. Down that left side, opens up the second shot to the green. Looks like a utility club there for McEvoy. Off the third. Got to make sure that he just keeps playing his own game today. He doesn't worry what the bomber that he's playing with does. Stick to his game plan and he should be good.
Land it one short? Yeah, one on it. What number do you have? Pigeon wedge is 44. Yeah, just a smooth one. Yeah.
Really wants to be pretty straight at the flag here. Rolls off down to a low level if he's right of it, and deepish bunker to the left. A little bit of a backstop as well, but he's coming in here with quite a strong breeze behind now.
Cameras, please.
Another strange day where the wind is not there at all 1 minute, then it's quite strong the next.
Going nicely over the top of the flag. Not led a European Tour event after 3 rounds, although he did lead as an amateur back in 2016, the first round of Abu Dhabi, when he shot 64.
It would normally be 9-iron range. It's just a question really of whether he could get there with a pitching wedge, but in fact the wind's died away again, huh? Does have that little upslope behind the flag that he might be able to use.
Just jumped on him a little bit. You heard him say. So he'll be putting back down the slope.
And he's having a good hard look at it from a number of different angles, because it's obviously left to right, but it's just a question of how much as it comes over that brow of the hill and runs down to the hole. Key thing is to get the right pace here, just trying to be lagging it down to the hole.
Really did chase on, didn't it, once it hit the slope.
Great chance for a birdie for Bryson at the third. He's missed very little of putts that you expect him to make so far. He did have a bad 3-putt on the 16th yesterday and stomped off in half, but apart from that he's just about made everything, and this is a little left to right, very makeable.
And a good run at it. Just a fraction under borrowed it.
You know, really important putt for McEvoy to save his par. Oh, well read. Just snuck it in that top side, but that's okay. That'll help steady the nerves too. Has had a couple of 3-putts this week, but on the whole he's used that putter very well.
I think even with the 3-wood, DeChambeau can go well over the corner, because now the wind is right up. I mean, it's feeling like a 2-club win now. Get the ball up on that and it's going to go a long way. That was his hard swing too.
And if anything, he tends to, under a little bit of pressure, to hit it left and draw it. That's perfect for this hole. Is it dog legs right to left?
Beautiful shave from McEvoy. And that's absolutely A1 position at the fourth.
Yeah, they've got it on the fairway. That's a big advantage. You can see the severity of the dog leg here.
McEvoy wants a club here that he can just swing smoothly at. Doesn't want loads of backspin. I think an 8-iron is probably the right club for him. 154 metres to the flag. Wants to be pitching it right by the flag. It's only 10 yards deep where the flag is.
Well, that's a fabulous shot. He'll take that all day long. Shows he's got some nerve.
Yeah, I think right now you're only going to be 1 or 2 short. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
What do you think of pitching wedge now?
47, 245. I think it's a 140 shot. Yeah, pitching wedge.
What's in the flag? 47.
And 2 short, 45. 5 down.
3 down, 5, 38. Maybe just over 10:30 drop. You like that?
Yeah, 25 this year, 10 o'clock. Correct.
10:30.
He's only had about 2 minutes to get ready for this. It's pitching wedge all day.
That area on the right is a much smaller section of green than the TPC at Sawgrass, and there you are. And I just cannot believe that these players would go at that with a wind as fickle as Julian was saying it is out there.
It did get up as he hit it. Just walking onto the green, Bryson said, "Oh, what a bad decision, Tim." I don't think he wasn't blaming his caddy for the club. I think he was just saying, between us, we got that wrong, sunshine. So he's got to get it up and down for bogey now. It's not a difficult up and down, but it's still got to be done.
Yeah, and he's got that to save the double bogey. And they're not gifts, they're not formalities. It's holed out very well, but it's extra pressure you don't need. Now, what a time for Richard McEvoy to hole a putt. Wouldn't that be something?
He's just trying to keep everything in perspective at the moment. You can see just gentle movements, nothing too quick. Just roll this, what I see as a left to righter, up to the hole, hope it drops.
A bit of a head scratcher, but these greens are tough to read. But he got the pace right.
The difference between a bogey and a double bogey is self-evidently only one shot, but mentally it's huge. So big putt for DeChambeau.
And he does limit the damage. He makes his 5. First drop shot today after 3 opening pars for the 24-year-old American. There's the 5th hole.
And the flag right over on the right-hand side, so the wind helping you to just fade it in there with a 4-iron, which he's got. In fact, it might just now be very slightly against as well. It moves around so much. You can give this a full one.
His rhythm's been very good this week. He's played nicely within himself. Lovely balance to the finish of the swing there, and he's got the reward. Just keep doing the same thing to keep the tempo nice and even.
It's gone right.
No serious harm, but not in danger of making a birdie.
DeChambeau looking at this long birdie putt at the 5th with his long graphite shafted matrix Ozic putter. It's got enough equations on it to give Pythagoras a headache.
Again, nearly has his hands on the shaft there. He's given that a severe run at the hole. Look at that, 8 feet past.
McEvoy is not thinking bonsai just now. He's thinking, knock this one in for birdie. It's another great birdie chance.
Trying to fool drunk in the front door, wasn't it? Oh, couldn't happen. Absolutely flew at the hole with his first putt. He's going to be firm with this too. Second 3-putt of the tournament, coming off a bogey on the previous hole, so he's having his problems. He's going the wrong way down the leaderboard. It's the experienced players who are making the mistakes at the moment. Does he need a driver here?
No, I'm not absolutely convinced he does. He's not a big hitter, but it does suit his shape of shot. He loves to draw it, the wind helping and off the right here, so he's got to start it up the right, draw it back to the middle. He definitely wants to be middle or slightly left of middle to have the maximum length.
It's got to lean as if it's going left. There's water down the left-hand side. The tree down there as well.
Well, it's just popped back into the first cut, so that might help him. I suppose the idea is get as near as you can, get as much loft as you can to go at that flag.
If he gives it his hard swing, he can get this going a long way, because the fairways are feeling pretty firm again after softening up in the rain yesterday. Should run plenty.
It's in Reed country over there. We know what happened to Patrick. That ball down in the grass a little bit.
Really dangerous shot for him. I think he has to go right here, because this could easily jump on him. Made par every day here.
Well, he made a fabulous up and down from the right-hand bunker yesterday. Not in the bunker today, but he's a long way from the cup.
I think that has to be your aim point, really. I would think the same for McEvoy. If he goes much left of that, it's a pretty brave shot. The green's only 14 yards deep on the line he's on, going straight to the flag. In fact, barely that. Again, it's this fickle wind. Oh, now it's starting to puff up again. But it'll drop away in an instant, pick up again. And he's made bogey every day here.
Well, he certainly looks to be aiming right half of the green.
I do not believe it. You saw the splash, he's in the water as well. What is going on?
He's going to have to drop that a ways back as well.
Just unbelievable what we're seeing.
Both he and his caddy Wayne have been up there to pace it out to get an exact distance, because he's playing 4 here, so he really wants to knock this into a couple of feet ideally. Well, ideally he wants to hold it, but that doesn't happen too often. Coming in downwind, so he'll be looking, I think, just to land this just short of the flag, get one skip forward and stop. Keep it reasonably low so the wind doesn't have much effect on it. Sounded chunky.
Only just crept over the water.
I don't think that's quite what he meant to do.
No.
Well, the one advantage is that he chunked it and it ran on a bit.
He said walking onto the green, that's not a flag to mess with. He's seeing it as right to left. There's a little slope to go down, about 2/3 of the way there.
On this occasion, not got the calculations right. A couple of important parts. First of all, McEvoy.
Yeah, it's clearly a hole he doesn't like. He's looking for his 4th consecutive bogey here. He'd be happy to take bogey now too, because this is 11 or 12 feet away still.
Yeah. He'll be reasonably happy with that in the end. Retains a lead, although it's cut in half.
To avoid back-to-back 3 putts, and he's still a good distance away here.
He makes his 4. He stays 10 under. 1 behind his playing partner, McEvoy.
And he can fly this over the crescent-shaped bunker on the right-hand side and just have a flick into the front flag. There is an argument, I think, today for actually not taking driver and hitting it down the left-hand side of the fairway, either with a long iron or a 3-wood, something like that. Leave yourself a fuller shot into this front flag from the fairway.
Good spot.
He's got that an awful long way down, just shy of the bunker.
He has to hit a good one here. The wind is helping off the right, but maybe with his draw he might just end up to the fairway left of the bunker.
Really good drive. Stayed on the fairway, so he should be able to get more control on the golf ball. There you see McEvoy and DeChambeau's ball. Much prefer where McEvoy is.
He's still pretty close though, Graham, isn't he? He's only 44 metres. It looked to me on his previous pitch that he just quit on it very slightly. He's got to be brisk through this, make sure he gets plenty of spin on it. Get it to sit down quickly.
Ah, beautifully played. They had that crisp strike that Julian was saying that he needed to do. And that's really good.
I mean, there's definitely an element of luck in this. Whether he sort of plays a low chip in or gives it much more loft. The more you throw it up in the air, the more effect the wind has on it.
Oh, too far away from an eagle 2. Both he and McEvoy should make their 3s. He can't believe he hasn't held it.
Now let's have another look. club to slide right underneath the ball and throw it up in the air. It was always going to be difficult to get the ball to sit quickly, but it was a great effort.
I would say I don't think he needs to leave the hole here. I think it's probably just inside left. Might be left half.
Oh,
That was a pull, wasn't it?
Huge one.
nearly hold it for a 2, walks off with a 4. He'll be irritated.
Simple, straight putt for a quick bounce back birdie.
Yeah, back to 12 under and re-establishes a 2-shot lead. It's a little bit like the tortoise and the hare out there at the moment, isn't it? Who is going to get across the line first?
It is indeed a 7. Should be plenty.
He's in the Schwab bunker. Let's hope he's not plugged in there.
You gotta wait for the right lead here.
No, it's come out of its pitch mark, rolled back down the slope. It was a very high flight from McEvoy. I imagine DeChambeau will probably try and hit his a little bit low. He tends to get a lower launch angle anyway.
Has he calculated the wind this time? And not a bad effort. It's going to be a little awkward up against the fringe.
Here's McEvoy in the greenside bunker at the par 3 8th.
Nice lie, pitching back into the wind. Should be able to throw this pretty much all the way to the flag and stop it. Oh, I hadn't seen it like that.
No,
That's a
didn't get
very
good
straight
connection.
shot, Graham.
No, not good connection at all, Julian. Looks like he tried to stab the sand iron into the back of the sand behind the ball and pop it up, but misjudged it altogether.
I've seen players take wedges for this one, try and blade it, or the 3-wood. He's going with the putter, so he's got to watch it doesn't snag in the grass. Although he holed one of these the other day.
He's rehearsing, actually just hitting it a bit higher up the ball.
And it's funny, isn't it? It's exactly what he did the other day when he picked it up, and you thought, well, that's right for the belly. Or maybe just chip it. Goes with the putter in, and that could change his whole round around. Give himself a lot of confidence. First birdie of the day. Just fell in the front door.
Had like 6 numbers from you. Very psychic, that one.
Just adds a little bit more pressure on this putt coming up now for Richard.
Did that one come from the right, did you see?
I think it came a little from the left,
Okay.
but it wasn't much in it, to be honest.
Well, this would be very similar then.
Actually went left that one. He gave it a good confident hit. But it's going to be a 2-shot swing on the hole. So both players in the final group have had 2 bogeys on their card so far today, 1 birdie. Both now at 11, 1 clear of Drysdale and Reed.
Driver for DeChambeau at the 9th, but it's over 600 yards this hole and playing longer with the wind into and off the right. So just looking to find the right half of the fairway with the bunker on the left.
Great shot.
It's on a great line, straight down the fairway. Nice little bounce off cushion.
Wind strengthening as McEvoy stands over his tee shot with a driver. I just get the impression today that he's standing over the ball a bit longer than he did yesterday.
very good shape. Nicely done.
Well, DeChambeau's been pretty lucky with his lie here after a really nasty, low, skanky layup from the fairway. Hit the oak tree. Could have been a lot more trouble.
Stop drawing. Oh, how'd that go long?
Well, once again bemoaning his luck, but he has gone long. So no birdie putt. Have to again rely on a chip and a putt to save par. Where's McEvoy?
Well, he's just been a bit unfortunate because he hit a pretty nice layup shot, but he's just missed the fairway and missed the semi as well. Ball's lying okay, but you can't quite be certain that this one's going to jump on you. I think he could almost hit a long chip here. It's only 108 yards, 99 meters. Just hit a little knockdown shot underneath the wind, and I'm sure that many players see that though. He'll probably just try and throw it up to the flag.
Were you like trying to pitch it to him, like just below the ridge and chase it up, or you I think on it, try and get all the way over there? Okay.
Breeze, should stop.
What, mate?
Into the breeze, it should stop.
Yeah.
The fuller swing you put on this, the more likely it is to jump.
I actually thought that was going to be short when I hit it too. It's so tough to get out.
He was expecting it to jump. Just hear him saying it hasn't flown. Not too bad. Just ran on a fraction too far.
McEvoy for his birdie at the ninth, coming up a little tier that's going to move it left to right, and I think it should move a bit right to left after that.
Beautiful putt. Shame it just didn't have enough legs to get all the way there.
The worst word in golf, if. Well, first time he's been over par for the front nine this week for Richard. Maybe that little bit of extra pressure the final round beginning to tell.
DeChambeau to try and get his par at the ninth.
Yeah, but you've got to make use of the par fives. 5 par fives in the last 10 holes.
Well, there's a pretty stiff breeze blowing down the 10th now, to the extent that DeChambeau's got his 5-wood out here. He run out at about 280, 285 meters at the end of the fairway, so he's certainly not taking that on.
You've worked out the club head covers.
I have, yes. You're talking about the par fives. He's 8 under for the par fives, and McEvoy's 9 under.
Yeah, it's not always the power hitters that can work. If you've got a good short game, pitch and a putt will do you well.
That wind seems to be a little bit more consistent now. It's still not totally consistent in strength, but it's more consistently there, not just completely dropping away as it was earlier on.
Smooth looking swing as ever. Had really good balance, lovely transition from backswing to down for McEvoy.
Looking to draw this one in from right to left. And he's done it really well. A really nice shot from Richard.
No, damn. Stay right.
think where the flag is cut that that's going to be an easy up and down, Graham.
Certainly isn't. It's the wrong side to be at the 10th. And you're right, it's amazing to see all these mistakes being made by the likes of Reid and DeChambeau. But that's good for McEvoy. He's just got to keep going about his business. Fairways and greens.
DeChambeau in the greenside bunker on the 10th, and a slightly wet bit of sand. It's firm sand with big grains, and the ball is sitting right on top of it. Shouldn't provide too much of a test for him. He's not got a huge amount of green to work with, but he can get this to land softly.
I think it's quite a hard shot to play it that with those extra length shafts of his. Very easy to have a decelerating action because of the length of the shaft. You've got so much leverage built into the shot.
Yeah, this would have been a nice one to make. Everything about the green says this should move right to left. In fact, if you look at it from behind the hole, looks like it's quite a big break right to left, lining it up pretty straight by the look of it. Maybe just a touch of right to left that he's allowing for.
Come on, come on, come on. It's the story of the day with him. He's just not quite had enough pace. I hope he's not thinking about, depending on this result, do I go back to the Challenge Tour? Do I play on the main tour? 192nd in the race to Dubai.
One thing you can definitely say about DeChambeau, Warren, is he leaves nothing to chance, so you can be certain he's experimented to the full extent with the length of those shafts.
To the point that he might bamboozle himself.
He'd be annoyed there if he misses this. It really wasn't a very difficult bunker shot.
And how many times does he hold putts to save par? A couple of times he's missed opportunities to make birdies, but he's ground them out. He's willed the ball to go in.
It's really not a very inviting tee shot, this, with a bunker on the left side and water on the right, very much in play. Bryson might have the muscle to get past the bunker.
Go hard, ball.
Yeah, flies it.
Come on.
He's got to be starting at right half the fairway with his draw, and he has birdied this hole every day. Really don't think it's in reach in two for him, so he's going to be chipping and putting if he wants a birdie today.
I don't think that'll be too bad, providing he's got a stance.
I think he's fine there.
Yep.
Over the bunker.
9 seasons out on the main tour
7 and 7, yeah?
Yeah.
since the early noughties, but he's only kept his card twice.
Yeah.
He had a brilliant lie in the rough. He could have got a driver on it, hit 3-wood, and I think he didn't get it quite the way he wanted. He's a bit further left and a bit shorter probably than he was looking for. It's not a bad distance though, 71 metres into this stiff breeze. He must expect to get some backspin on the lesson unless he does something dramatic to take it off. He's certainly got room to land it beyond the flag and spin it back. Trying to take the spin off it.
He's got plenty of spin on it. Never been in this position before. 3 times he's finished third. Never led going into the final round. Now he's into the back 9 of a tournament, leading the tournament.
The way he's looking at it and the way you'd expect him to play it would be as just a chip and run here. Get it onto the green pretty quickly and running up, has to go up a little ramp to the back level. Not sure he's gone up. He does have the option of throwing it all the way out there, but yeah, I think he's going to play a chip and run. Just without any backspin coming out of this nice little fluffy lie. Give it a bit of topspin. Rolling up there. A bit too much topspin.
Well, that really is such a poor shot to be just short of the green, then not get it on the green with a little chip and run.
He's leaving the pin in again, just in case it's a bit hot.
Very nearly did it again. Well, remember that at Muirfield Village in Jack Nicklaus's Memorial Tournament only hit 5 of 14 fairways, but he led the field in scrambling and in putting that day when he won in a playoff. He's got it. Birdie number 2 today for Richard McEvoy. He's back to level par on the round and 1 ahead of DeChambeau. Riding the confidence of winning last week on the Challenge Tour. It was a wire-to-wire victory there. DeChambeau makes his par. Young American, not happy, but he's only 1 behind. He's still right in there.
But it's going to be a tough ask over these closing holes, because now it's really going to test him. He's going to be starting to feel it. There'll be a lot more pressure. There'll be a lot more adrenaline in the system. Not quite enough power there to carry that bunker, so it could be very awkward. Still a long way to go up to the green.
Where's the win?
Free left, let's call your 1030.
There's not very much room between the left-hand bunker. It's about 250 metres to carry that and 260 odd metres to reach the right-hand bunker. Yesterday, DeChambeau was left of the right-hand bunker, but may even just have carried it, but it's a pretty strong breeze now. It's a big hit to carry it. I think he wants to go over the left-hand bunker.
Really nice tee shot from DeChambeau. Finds the fairway.
No, it's a big shot for McEvoy. The ball's settled into the sand a little bit, but at least the rake channels are lying in the right direction. And the utility club has got the best chance of getting this out, and might well find the green if he gets it spot on. Got to be a good one though, into the breeze. 205 metres to the flag.
Sounded like good contact.
Always the difficulty with the utility club out of the sand. It does square it to the right hand side. Kind of keeps the club face open too much.
DeChambeau with his second shot into the 12th from 181 metres to a slightly raised green, flag well on. I would think it's going to be a 7-iron for him.
Another unforced error from DeChambeau. Certainly is at his best.
He wasn't yesterday over the first 9 holes. We had the weather delay. He said that was a huge benefit to him. McEvoy can't see too much of the ball here, Julian.
No, a lot of grass around it. It's one he can hit it with a wide open club face, quite a full swing. Landed about 15 feet short of the flag. Ooh, too much of it.
Yeah, the only danger when the ball sat down like that, if the club bounces and then hits the ball, it comes out a bit too hot.
He's very cool, isn't he? He's very calm, but you suspect inside it's a bit like a duck on water. He'll be paddling away. DeChambeau. Much better result. Lovely touch. He has got a nice touch, hasn't he, for all the science.
Again, the American players are so much more used to that kind of grass around the ball, how long it is, and they play a lot of those on the US PGA Tour.
So makes his par, he stays 11 under. McEvoy still with, what, 15, 18 feet or so to avoid dropping a shot. Could be back on level terms very shortly. Well, I don't think DeChambeau is going to be thinking about losing his card with $4.5 million already in the bank this season and that win at Memorial. Big, big putt for Richard McEvoy, though.
Yes, and it's the top end of what you were guesstimating. I would say it's a good 18 feet, maybe a touch more.
Well, bogey number 3 today for Richard McEvoy. Assuming it is going to be a bogey, that may have drifted a little way past. It is. So McEvoy and DeChambeau both 11 under, once again tied for the lead. 13th tee, DeChambeau out with the driver.
Handled this drive pretty well, sorry Tommy. Just playing it up the left side, up the side of the water. Not really helping wind, it's pretty much off the left at the moment.
Nice.
Straight down for the tee, loves it. Right in the mayor's office.
On the path, please.
See the difference between he and DeChambeau here. Needs it to come left a little bit more, away from those bunkers.
He's short enough to stay shy of them.
46 metres between DeChambeau and McEvoy here on the 13th, and McEvoy in the rough. Wonder how it's lying.
Well, it's not lying too badly, but it's a huge shot. He's got his 3-wood out here, and he's probably hoping for a flyer as well. 219 metres to the flag, pretty much into the teeth of the wind. And he's trying to get over the ridge and let it run down the other side to the flag, ridge that runs across the middle of the green.
Going left.
I think he'd be quite happy where it's finished.
Could be looking to land it probably just over the ridge and let it run down. It's all over the place this wind. Now suddenly it's blowing from the left.
So started right, looking for it to draw from right to left. Oh, and a beautiful iron shot. Absolutely superb.
Uphill left to right and then downhill right to left. Fairly straight-faced club. I think he's looking to get it on the ground pretty quickly.
Ooh.
Slight deceleration in the strike into the ball, as if he wasn't overly confident.
Yeah, the red flags are up here for Richard McEvoy. Still 23 feet away, right to left for his par. On a green that's starting to look very burned. Running just about 12 on the stim meter, and they're getting very dry and dusty.
Little too cautious. Well, he's going to fall to 10 under. We could have a 2-shot swing again on this hole. So to DeChambeau at 13 with the birdie putt.
think moves very slightly right to left. It's hard to see much in it. Brilliant 6-iron he hit in here.
Well, he's got a name for every club in the bag, and the 6-iron's called Juniper, after the 6th hole at Augusta National.
Not a bad effort, and a 4 on that hole. You can't be disappointed. 13th, the second hardest hole on the golf course.
McEvoy drops another one, so he's back to 10 under alongside Alan John and Hideto Tanihara.
The 13th around the green, you don't feel the wind at all. You don't feel it at all here on the tee. You know it's there. Just right at this moment, it feels as though it's straight into. But I think it has to be off the left. Good bash to get it all the way back to the flag. 32 yards on. 216 metres to the flag.
And another great iron shot from DeChambeau. Maybe start to find his game and his rhythm.
Now it feels like the wind is right behind. Real little gust coming up. Just needs to draw a fraction.
Well, match the American there. Lovely shot from McEvoy. Tough hole today, the 14th. Just one birdie there, as there was only one birdie on the previous hole. They're not the scoring holes in terms of red numbers. It'll be the following 4 after these.
Got a bit of right to left break here for McEvoy's birdie putt.
Well, at least that's better for pace. It's been a little bit shy on the back 9. Could be a little bit more aggressive with some of his putts today, so good to see that one get to the hole.
McEvoy's putt has given DeChambeau some idea of the amount of break here.
Dang, that thing snapped. I did not see that. I didn't think it either. That was kind of special. Dude.
Quite a poor effort, that one, Warren.
Yeah, obviously didn't see the break, said that straight away. Yeah, that's okay. And now you would say he's very much the favourite. 3 par 5s to come with his power. A shot ahead. He's got the pressure on him now to try and close the tournament out. You can see the closing stretch. The longest final 4 holes on the European Tour. 1,812 metres, 1983 yards.
Well, with the driver, he can take off quite a big chunk, and it looks as though he's aiming for quite a big chunk here. He wants to get up in 2. Quite a significant wind helping at the moment. He's taken on a big chunk. Fly.
Oh, and it did too.
Never in doubt that he was going to fly the hazard. Nearly came out of his boots.
He won't have the firepower to take on DeChambeau's line.
Well, that's miles left. That is big layup country.
He was always going to be laying up, so shouldn't be too disappointed, but he's just got to keep playing his own game.
Depends what he wants to do with this. He could take it over the left-hand bunker and find the bit of fairway left of the water, or take it right down the right-hand side of the fairway, get as close to the water as he can.
He was fortunate just to Skipped by the bunker. He's in a good position now, though.
It's off the right, but then suddenly it felt as though it's behind as well. Now it's switched again. What's he doing now? Is he going up the left side?
Not quite sure. He's got quite a lofted iron.
I think he's just trying to go up the left side and leave himself a pitch sort of almost down the length of the green. Hit it very hard.
And he's cut. Oh, this has got to go. Well, I just defy description about what is going on. What was he even vaguely thinking of there?
He's going straight to the flag.
Well, he has a one-shot lead. I mean, anywhere on the cut grass, no need to attempt to go at the flag if that's what he was trying for.
Well, it pitched in the water, dead in line between him and the flag. 133 yards, 121 metres. Stiffly down breeze.
Could be a life-changing shot, though, for him. Good-looking swing, kept his nerve. Certainly has a chance for the birdie.
Yeah, you like a full 55?
Now, I wonder what's going on in that mad scientist brain right now. In the water for 2, out for 3, playing 4.
He was trying to hit such a high tariff shot. He was obviously taking the minimum amount of club and trying to hit it very hard and high.
Yep. Yeah, you like a full 55?
Well, he was fully committed. And he's played an excellent shot. May well get himself out of jail.
I think from what I can see, DeChambeau's putt is pretty straightforward. It looks dead straight, so I'd expect him to make his for a 5. Just a question of whether Richard can make his birdie here.
He certainly can, and he read that well. That was pretty similar to the putt that Reed had a little while back. Slightly different line, but Reed misread it, hit it left, but McIlroy wasn't fooled, and that's certainly the best putt he's hit so far on the back 9 today, and that should give him a huge boost of confidence, because he may well have the lead on his own now, depending on what Bryson does.
I felt all along the key thing for McEvoy was play Molinari type golf. If he could just keep hitting fairways and greens, he'd be in with a great chance. And for the most part he's done that. He's just put himself under stress once or twice, finding bunker off the tee and that sort of thing. But he's looking good. He's keeping his rhythm. I can't see anything in this at all. I think it's dead straight for DeChambeau.
Well, who would have thought that? Who would have possibly conceived that as the outcome of the 15th? DeChambeau makes a 6, McEvoy makes 4. The lead switches round, and now from 1 ahead he goes 1 behind. Quite extraordinary.
And the pressure's really on him now, because if he didn't realise it before, he now knows that he can win this. I think there's a very good chance if he can power his way in, that would be good enough.
291 of the fairway.
I got a feeling he needs a birdie.
Yeah, the trouble is the 18th is so easy, isn't it? But 16 and 17 are not.
Nope. But you've got to feel that Bryson has the firepower to make at least 1. You never know what some of the other guys might do, especially the way the scoring's been going today.
He did hit one drive down here the day before yesterday, went way left. There's no point, really. You can't possibly reach the green in 2. That was so quick.
Well, that's off the planet. That is off the planet. Well, I'd be very, very fortunate to find that.
What on earth is going on here? It is the most remarkable day of golf, isn't it? So DeChambeau has taken his drop. He's now playing his third shot at the long par 5, 16th.
Do you?
And he's got a long way to clear the ditch. He's probably got the best part of 200 yards to clear the ditch that runs across the fairway.
Spinning off our left right now. Is hybrid cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't report exactly the expletives that were being used to berate his driver, but it was quite ugly. It was the driver that was getting the blame.
I think that, did that jump the hazard?
Oh no, it's way over the hazard.
Oh, okay. Just a bit of camera deceiving my eye.
No, it's well over. McEvoy's got 189 yards, 172 metres to clear the ditch. Into the breeze. Just, he needs a good one here, just good solid contact down the middle of the fairway. That's fine.
Well, at the moment it does appear to be a case of slow and steady winning the race, but there will still be tests ahead for Richard McEvoy.
Well, if he misses this one, he can put his head between his legs and kiss something goodbye, I would think, because he's got this one to save his par, and it's quite a good distance. Right to left breaker. Looks as though there's quite a few inches of right to left break here.
Oh, just hit a little bubble, just hit a little bubble about a yard out. Seemed to be turning in, but it's going to be a drop shot.
2 par 5s, 2 drop shots. Who'd have thought for Bryson DeChambeau as he slides to 9 under. 2 behind Richard McEvoy. That could be 3. McEvoy has a birdie putt.
Cannot believe that he has gone 6-6 with a 1-shot lead.
Just a very small amount of right to left here. Slightly uphill, you can have a nice run at it. And probably just, I don't even know if it's outside the hole, maybe just right edge.
Got to give it a go. Get up to the hole, and a little bit cagey. It's the way he's been for 3/4 of the round. That's why it was such a good putt on the previous hole. The last one he had it downhill, that one was uphill, need to be struck firmly. 2 pars, you would think, is all he needs to win this tournament.
Oh, it's a long way right.
Oh, what a horrible up and down that is. He's going to be facing there. That is so tough to judge that one coming down the hill with the water beyond.
DeChambeau teeing it up right over on the left-hand side, which normally would suggest you're going to hit a draw.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh.
How does the wind completely die down?
Clearly feeling that things are not going with him or for him at the moment, Bryson DeChambeau.
Danger is that you just quit on it a bit.
Go on, get over the hill, get over the hill, get over the hill. How has that stopped? It seemed to carry so far down there.
It looked as though he'd given it plenty when he hit it, but he was chipping into the wind, which is strong at the moment. I couldn't get over there to see this. I've really no idea what it does. Have you seen this putt?
Not really, not from here. We do know it's quick though from the back. We saw that from Reed.
The wind, just at the moment, the wind is strong enough straight off the right as he plays. It's strong enough to move it.
He's done pretty well with this club when he's putted it from the rough, but this will be exceptional. Find a way to unlock it. Yeah, we know it's quick down there.
McEvoy hung his head after his chip, not because he did a bad chip. He thought he did a good one. He couldn't believe it had stayed up on the top there. It did look when he hit it as he got it just about right. But now this would be a brilliant par save. Just got to nudge it.
It's going to be a riveting last hole. Bogey putt. Needs a birdie to break away from the logjam at the top of the leaderboard now.
We have a four-way tie now for the lead. Alan John, the German amateur, Christopher Blomstrand and Renato Paratore all in at 10 under par.
That's a good par-saving putt. He knows he's still in with a shout.
One behind, one to play.
Wind helping off the left here, so he can get it past the trees left and right of the fairway, out there at about 300 yards.
Bit of thumping drive here yesterday.
Well, that's a bit tight.
That has to be in the water.
Pretty certain I saw a splash.
Yeah, it can't go anywhere else.
And with it, Bryson DeChambeau's hopes of winning this title.
His driver's just gone really wonky suddenly. Doesn't really want to be hitting a big draw and fighting that one. He wants to use it, really.
Stay in that first cut. That's okay.
Well, he laid up on this hole yesterday. I wonder whether he'll be thinking about doing the same. We'll have to wait and see. McEvoy tied with Paratore, Blomstrand and Alan John.
62.
Well, he's playing his third, Bryson DeChambeau, and he's got a lot of acreage still to cover.
I'm just trying to work it out. It's got to be somewhere in the region of 270 yards.
You can't see it, but all the adrenaline will be with that man, with Jon on the practice ground. Everything will have drained out of this man here, DeChambeau, right now.
I think he's going for it, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's got a 5-wood. He wants to carry it 250 yards. So he's getting quite a lot of wind assistance here. He'll throw it up in the sky. Oh, he's caught the tree.
God.
Just got it a little bit thin.
I would say, can you believe it? But after today, really, birdie at the last will do it for the Englishman, the journeyman Englishman, 39 years of age.
Yeah, we see Richard laying up. I can kind of see that play, to be fair. You've just got to keep your belief in what you're doing. Him laying up there is similar to what I was doing at 18 in South Africa, just hitting the same club in the same place. Take my chance if McIlroy or Jordan made a mistake. I think that's possibly the right play if he goes over the back of the green.
I'm a little surprised as we see DeChambeau play his fifth that McEvoy didn't have a go, only because as DeChambeau gets it on the green, if he doesn't get it up and down now, then in the playoff you know one of the guys in the club is going to knock it on the green and may have a putt for an eagle. Well, if the drive was for the shot of his life, then this certainly is.
Well, the one thing he knows is that he's got a putt to win it. It's in his hands.
Maybe another going back to the drawing board after this for Bryson DeChambeau. He's already done that a couple of times in his career.
Well, this is down 2 huge levels. I mean, to get this within a couple of feet would be a miraculous achievement. Miraculous. Quite a historic moment for him and in golf. What a putt.
Done it! 285th time lucky for Richard McEvoy. Well, the putter really hasn't been his friend for most of today, but what about that one when it really mattered?
Oh, so happy for McEvoy, and you got to say he had the belief in himself in the end. I didn't think it was the right move to lay it up. He thought it was, and he's just justified it by hitting the best putt of his life.
Which has changed his life. Very disappointing finish, I'm afraid, for Bryson DeChambeau.
Porsche European Open 2018. From England, Richard McEvoy.
But what a story. What a moment for Richard McEvoy, who turns 40 later this year. He'll be kissing the trophy before too long.
To watch another DP World Tour video, click here, and to subscribe, click here.